Tedesco holds Reed off. Oh, and Tedesco makes a mistake. And Reed says thank you very much. So checker flag coming out. Chad Reed wins here at Millville.
As the series heads into the home stretch, it's time for the challengers to put the points leader on notice. Oil AMA Pro Motocross Series is set to get underway from the Great Northwest, live on Speed.
We're in the beautiful Pacific Northwest for round 8 of the 2009 Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship. It's the motorsport.com National from Washougal. Jason Wygant joined by 4-time AMA National Champion David Bailey and Aaron Bates down in the pits. Phenomenal racing all year long, unpredictable racing with 5 first-time winners. That man right there, Chad Reed, trying to seize control, get momentum, and steal this championship, David.
He's had his chances where he had a little momentum, got a win, and then wasn't able to back it up quite right. And see him taking off over the starting right there, just trying to be real careful and lay down a straight groove that he can get in once this goes green. So it's looking pretty good for him, trying to get some momentum. Josh Grant having a tough time trying to build some, but man, when he's on, he's been pretty much the fastest guy.
Well, we'll see how fast the 33 can go. Reed has already got a win today in the books, but this is going to be the second moto. It's the one that counts the most. We'll run 2 motos today, 30 minutes plus 2 laps each. The highest point total overall wins the overall. Ties are broken by the highest finish in Moto 2, and this track features Horsepower Hill, one of the longest uphills in the sport of motocross. So I'll tell you what, folks, Chad Reed, well, he's got some momentum because he won the first moto a little bit earlier today. We will take you through how he got this done. And it starts, of course, in motocross with the start. And this was a very tough one here at Washougal.
Now he had a nice line right up the inside, straight to the corner, ducks around the inside, while Tedesco, who had a good start from more in the middle, went wide. And watch all the carnage right here in this corner. A couple guys get sideways, boom, everybody goes down. Millsaps there in the orange and yellow, backing out of the way. Took him a while to get going. Tedesco in the yellow and blue. Back out front, Chad was trying to pull away from a batch of young kids.
How about the 34, Matt Gerke, young kid out of Florida, the 48 of Tommy Hahn, young kid out of Kansas who now lives in Texas. Watch Hahn here. He wants to challenge Reed. He goes right around Gerke, and he would not let the 22 go. Meanwhile, watch this, Cody Cooper out of New Zealand, running in the top 10 in a horrible crash. That's how hard they were pushing the pace on a very slippery, very tricky racetrack. At times, Reed was able to pull away from Hahn, but then Hahn rallied late. The gap was 1 second, then 5 seconds, then Hahn got it back to 3 seconds. The 48 never gave up.
His best finish yet was a 4th, and then he went to 3rd, and now a 2nd, and he was looking at Chad Reed the whole time, and then DeSalle
this guy
from Belgium shows up with the fastest lap in practice in the first session, 3rd fastest overall, and then backs it up with a 3rd in the first moto. Grant, he didn't light it up in practice, but he's been fast. He looked confident and comfortable, but
Short had his problems.
never got comfortable in the race.
No, neither did Short. Meanwhile, Chad Reed wins. You see how close the gray motorcycle is right there. Tommy Hahn in 2nd, and Clement DeSalle in his first race ever in the United States, a 19-year-old out of Belgium, takes 3rd. Very impressive debut here. Short 7th. That's not what he wanted. And Jason Lawrence finishes inside the top 10. Earlier today, Aaron Bates was able to go down to the starting line before this parade lap with our progressive pre-race report. Let's talk to some of our contenders.
Well, guys, these guys are getting ready for this gate to drop. The adrenaline is running high. Chad Reed is stomping down his gate right now, and he leads the series by 48 points after that first moto. Chad, you had made a couple of small bike changes in between motos. You weren't, even though you won that first moto, you weren't impressed with your performance.
My performance was good. I just think that a few little things I need to work on, and it all starts here. I think it's going to be hard. They watered behind the gate, and working up a sweat trying to get my gate ready.
This gate here, this is probably one of the hardest starts on the entire circuit. But Tommy, you yourself made it up to the podium. Congratulations on that for the second time this season. How important is this start?
Oh, it's really important. It's very short, not like a outdoor start. It's like a Supercross start, so it's very short. They watered this really bad behind here, so getting good traction is going to be really, really important, and just being aggressive to the first couple turns.
Sounds like we could have some wheel spin. Good luck to you. And Clement DeSalle makes his way for his second moto here in America. Obviously, you're impressed with your first performance. Did you impress yourself by what you pulled off?
Yeah, sure, because it was a little bit crazy yesterday with the bike. It was all stress, and you know, the bike was like this, and I have to put all my parts personal on it, and it was a little bit crazy, but no, it's okay. And yeah, I'm happy with the result. I hope it will be good again in the second moto. I do my best.
Oh, he's going to do his best, but it's going to be tough. We had a bunch of top riders go down in the first turn in Moto 1. They're looking for revenge in Moto 2. The superstars of the sport are on the gate, and we're ready to bring you the action from Washougal live here on Speed. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be motocross action like you've never seen before. We'll be right back. Just over the state line, we are in Washington. Oregon's not too far from here. Very picturesque. People like coming to this race beyond just the racing, just to see what's outside of the racetrack. But Josh Grant on the Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota Yamaha is focused on nothing but this track right now. They didn't quite get what they wanted in Moto 1 with the fifth, but they've got that bike dialed in for Moto 2. For more on that, let's go to his team manager, Jeremy Albrecht, with this week's Tech Report.
All right, the tech tip here at Washougal. We come here every time and the dirt looks like it's perfect, but what we always struggle with is traction. So what we've done on both these guys' bikes is we actually went to a wider rear wheel. On a stock 450, it comes with a 215 width. This one here is a 250. You can tell it's quite a bit wider. And what it does is actually flattens out the pattern here to give you better traction on the slippery stuff. And then the front tire selection is real important. We actually tried a looser tire in the first practice. We're going to a more hard pack. This one here, you can tell the knobs are kind of like spread out, and it works better on the hard. And this one's a little more open to grip the loose. We're going hard pack on the front. And then also a fork height change. We actually push the forks out for Cooper, and the reason that we do this is try to get the right balance. So you have the right traction on the front, but you still have good traction on the rear. So that's what you have it here from Washougal.
Definitely one of the trickiest racetracks on this tour to try to find traction, to try to avoid the bumps. Getting the bike set up here is very, very difficult. You see that dirt, just like Jeremy said, it looks great, but it doesn't exactly ride so great. Aaron, what's happening down on the starting line right before we go racing?
Well, you said it best. This track is definitely tricky. It's definitely deceiving. And Ivan Tedesco is one of the guys that knows firsthand just how tricky it is, and it all boils down to the start. Right now, the number 9 of Ivan Tedesco is sitting 3rd overall in points, but during that first moto, he ended up getting 11th. Not exactly where he wanted to be, but he was caught up in that second turn pileup. Both him and his teammate Davi Millsaps went down. They both got restarted and resaddled and off and going again. The problem is that he burnt his left arm pretty severely on somebody's pipe, which ended up catching through the Lycra, burning him extensively. He's not overly happy about it, but he's going to power through.
Hey, Ivan Tedesco, he's tough, and I don't think that'll affect him too much. He could be up front in this moto. Big block Thursday on Speed. 3 big hours of races, chases, and crashes. First at 8, it's Pink's All Out. Then at 9, Unjacked and Unexpected Surprise forces the entire unit to scramble in hot pursuit. And at 10 on Wrecked, a vicious windstorm wreaks havoc in Chicago. Big block Thursday on Speed. Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Time to go racing, David Bailey.
You can see Tedesco is lined up right here. That's 5 gates from the inside. He was in this gate the first moto. Chad Reed still pretty much where he was. I think he can get a good start from there as long as he packed that start down. And when they water it like that and it's kind of slimy, you kick the dirt in from the sides and try to get some dry dirt in there and then really stomp it down and make sure it gets packed so it's not just sitting there floating on the slimy stuff. Tedesco has been pretty good at nailing these starts in the second moto. We'll see if moving to the inside and being motivated and burned, if that'll help him. But Tommy Hahn just to the inside of Chad. If he gets out over the gate, he might be able to tuck around the inside and put himself in position to run up front again.
All right, we're live on Speed. We have 2 points paying motos today. We already finished 1. Tommy Hahn second in Moto 1. If he can get a solid result here in Moto 2 and Chad Reed falters, he could win his first ever race. Let's go racing live from Washougal on Speed.
Grant. Nice.
Oh, Josh Grant, and I think that might have been Hahn that goes down. Oh, he tangled up, and Tommy Hahn is down. He's got another rider in front of him. So disaster already for Tommy Hahn. That's a heartbreaker. Meanwhile, Josh Grant, we thought he might bounce back. He does. He's got the lead, and it's Jason Lawrence in the #2 spot. J-Law, much maligned all summer long, trying to mount a comeback. Davi Millsaps in 3rd. Jeff Alessi in the #4 spot. Josh Grant 5th in Moto 1. Would love to win Moto 2. Wow. And where's Chad Reed? I haven't seen him yet.
See, Josh Grant just railed that berm. He had his first lap figured out. You figure that stuff out during the sight lap, and he noticed, hey, you know what, I'm not going to try to mess around and try to find a rut on the inside. It's too slick. And I left him out of my pre-race start stuff. I couldn't fit everyone in there, but Josh definitely has that Joe Gibbs JGR motor to get off the line. He just needed to get a good reaction over the gate, not get closed out. So far, so good.
Yeah, but how about this? Lawrence, inspired. The fans are pumped on this. He's all over Josh Grant. And there's no love lost between these two. In fact, Lawrence was supposed to race the 250 class all year long. The very opening round of Monster Energy Supercross this year, Grant went out and won the race in a 450. Lawrence said, hey, if Josh Grant can win a race in a 450, I can. I'm switching, I'm moving up. Now, wow. Lawrence hasn't had a chance to show it all year, but he's going for it now.
Those guys, a new line right there. As soon as they drop into the shade, they let that suspension compress, and as it's rebounding, they just do a little bunny hop and double down. I didn't notice that in the first moto. We were watching Chad and the other guys. And it looked like maybe Tedesco that went down the first corner with Hahn. And man, disastrous day for Tedesco. Both motos going down, and then I hope Tommy's going to be okay. But Lawrence, you know, he's definitely a character. So love him or hate him, you know, he's just one of those guys that he's fun to watch ride. He's a heck of a rider. Look at that, the way he just rails that corner. So you know, like I said, whether you love him or hate him, he is fun to watch ride, and he's fast. He's keeping pace with Josh right here. But it seemed like he was kind of tired the first moto. Just let Justin Brayton get by him and didn't even really put up a fight. And here he is rejuvenated. So mentally, it just goes to show how much where you are in the race changes your motivation and your riding ability.
How unpredictable is this game? Chad Reed, our first moto winner, is way back. We finally found him here back in, I believe, 7th place. He's battling with Antonio Balbi out of Brazil. Balbi in the white, number 37, and Reed behind him. So our first moto winner is in 7th. Our runner-up in the first moto crashes in turn 1, and we're looking for DeSalle, the Belgian. He is outside of the top 20. So a completely different race day right now. Balbi, man, that guy hangs it out. He is tough, he is rough. Sometimes he's almost a little scary to watch at times, but you give him a good start like this, and he'll fight with everything he's got. And Reed's probably aware of that. He'll be very careful dealing with the number 37. Here's Reed, and he knows his rivals for moto number 1 are even further back, so he'll play it smart to try to win the overall. I don't know if he's going to have time. Josh Grant, Jason Lawrence, Millsaps, those guys are sprinting out front. They're getting away from Reed.
There's time, and Reed gets faster as the race goes on. And Reed's also one of those guys that probably got a lot of notes from his teacher in school going, if he would just apply himself a little bit more, he could probably get A's. You know, I get the feeling that Chad, he's very bright, but he does what he needs to do. You know, he's not one of those guys that's going, hey, I got to win by 40 seconds like Carmichael used to do. He's going, I just want to win. This time, now that he's got a challenge in front of him, he's going to be more aggressive and ride at the kind of pace that would get him a 40-second win if he were out front.
I mentioned Balbi can be scary at times. He just made a big mistake there. That's what he does, man. He's got pressure from behind. He'll fight. And unfortunately, that led to a mistake, and that made it relatively easy for Reed to get around him. Now Reed's behind Kirky, who had a great run in Moto 1. Kirky was 4th. Here's Kirky again, inside the top 5 of Moto 2. And Reed will go to work on him. Kirky on the privateer Suzuki. Reed in the factory bike, and in front of Kirky, another factory Suzuki rider. That's Byrne, who's in 4th, and Millsaps 3rd, Lawrence in 2nd, and Josh Grant. We're going to try to win this one, but it's 30 minutes plus 2 laps, folks, and we're only 5 minutes into it. So a lot can happen, a lot can change. And we saw at the start how quickly this game can change in a matter of seconds.
See the line that Chad had, and you give up a little bit of time back there in the tight left and make up 10 bike lengths on the way out, because he turns that whole right sweeper up over the hill where you're losing traction as it rises over the crest. He's got traction and just really reeled those guys in, and he stays out of that roost that they're throwing off their rear wheel. That, you know, besides the glare from the sun, the shadows here, you got this dirt hitting you in the face, you go through tear-offs, and when in the heck out here are you going to reach up and grab one? You're not in the air long enough there. You can't reach up here. Look how rough this next straightaway is. You can't take a hand off the bar there. So if he got roosted in the corner at the bottom of the hill, he's still having to look through all that until he finds a good place to pull the tearaway. So that's why these guys will change up lines, and it's tough to come through the pack. Look at all that stuff. Getting nailed with that.
All right, we're going to show you the progressive whole shot replay here, and we'll show you how Josh Grant nailed this start. And that's a big difference. Grant had a terrible start in Moto 1. Take us through it, David.
Well, Josh in the green. Money. Right up the center. You got a little sideways right off the bat, but then you see there's just not enough room for everybody in the back. And looked like Hahn was the first one to go down, and then Tedesco's going, hey, man, I was minding my own business, but you really don't like to see a guy laying there the way Hahn was. I think he's going to be okay, but and then more riders going down after that. You see the pile up to the outside.
Aaron, what have you got on Tommy Hahn?
Well, guys, I just talked to Doc Wagner, and he ended up taking Tommy Hahn back to the Asterix Medical Unit on the mule, of course. He wasn't unconscious when the doctor arrived to him. He seems as though he's complaining of some serious pain in his right hip. He said it's just excruciating. He can barely even walk on it. He said someone has hit him. He didn't know who it was, but they are going to take him back to the medical unit and get him evaluated. All his extremities are moving at this point, so they're just going to take him back for precautionary measures to figure out the problem.
As he was down, you can see a rider had nowhere to go and hit his legs and kind of scooted him around, and that had to, I mean, sometimes you're like, hey, I don't bend like that, but he was in a weird place. The starts are so scary. I don't care if it's a fast first turn like Glen Helen or a slow first turn like that one. Everybody's trying to get through a spot and be out front, and there's just not enough room.
Man, I'll tell you, that's just another perfect example of how cruel this sport can be. Hahn with a good start, hoping to maybe win the race. Then he goes down and he's out. Josh Grant leads Jason Lawrence here at Washougal, but we're just getting started. Don't go anywhere. We are live on Speed.
Got it.
Don't miss a motocross race. Now it's Speed on Demand online. Get caught up on the action or relive the season's biggest moments. Just log on to speedtv.com, keyword MX, to watch the 2009 races online, on demand, anytime, exclusively at speedtv.com. Battles raging all over the place here at Washougal. Jason Wygant, David Bailey, Aaron Bates giving the call. Michael Byrne has fought, scratched, and clawed his way past Davi Millsaps to third. That was wild.
Yeah, these guys, it looked like Davey was just going to let him have it. And then Byrne got sideways in the corner just before this, and then Davey got it back, and then Byrne goes, no, I passed you, I belong ahead of you, so that's that. Meanwhile, Reed's back there. He made a little mistake of his own, lost contact with these guys, but he's back now.
All right, so here is Reed leaning on Millsaps. Reed in fifth, and we saw a few mistakes out of Reed in the first moto, even though he won that thing. And a few more mistakes here in Moto 2. This track is very difficult, but despite that, he's still going after Millsaps.
He's just fast. He can manufacture speed when he needs to, and that's something that's very difficult for a lot of riders to do. They get in a pace. I remember being able to just get in a pace, and then somebody would catch me, and I'd need to pick it up and couldn't. Chad can adjust. He can look at the situation and see what he needs to do, how fast he needs to be, and do just that. So I made the school reference. I don't know if that's the best analogy, but you know, I remember getting a lot of those from my teachers because I just did what I needed to do. You know, I had plans way beyond school.
All right, you're looking at Balby here, who's still back battling with the Gerke. Gerke 6th, Balby 7th. Jared Brown, Croftiers, HF Alessi, and Nick Wade round out your top 10. How much of Chad Reed being able to manufacture that speed is confidence, knowing that, yeah, I can beat this guy, I can get this guy?
Just raw talent and being intelligent, you know, and like, okay, it's not happening in these lines, so I'm going to move it a little bit, maybe run a gear taller through a section and just make the adjustment. That's what's so cool about motocross. You know, I'm not going to diss car racing and other forms of racing, but a lot of times you're just out there and that's all you got, or the car is only performing a certain way. In motocross, you know, you can make so many adjustments. And during the break, you asked me about Lawrence. Does he have the fitness to go the distance here? Mentally, you can override your fitness. So you can't do that in a marathon, but you can do that for 30 minutes in a race like this. And Lawrence certainly possesses enough of that raw talent as he gives us a blast of dirt. That's how it feels. You hear that?
Yeah.
You can hear that when you're out racing and when it's hitting you and your bike. So Lawrence, yes, he can mentally make an adjustment. Just like Chad's going to have to do this moto and actually win this time. He can. He has not lost contact with Josh yet.
Well, Lawrence has had so many problems, but mentally, he knows what his problems are. Listen to this, very candid thoughts from Jason Lawrence on his recent troubles.
In the past, my situations have just been kind of losing focus on what I'm here for, you know. I mean, I've been coming to dirt bike races for so long that it's super repetitive for me, and for me to be able to go out there, I mean, last year and the year before, for me to be able to go out in the pits and hang out with a bunch of people that are stoked, like, hey, J-Law, you know, a bunch of guys that are partying, that are doing what I want to be doing. And I mean, it started out last year with me just hanging out in the pit parties, and then obviously at Redbud, I did a little more than hung out and got in a little altercation with a guy. And I mean, I'm going to try and stay out of that. I mean, I've been through 5 times more controversy than anyone else in my situation, and it seems like I have 5 times the supporters. So, I mean, it's awesome, and I definitely couldn't have been doing it without those people. I always do interviews, and it's always the beginning of the season, and I always say, you know, this year I'm staying out of the off-track stuff, this and that. And I mean, I don't say that because I want to lie. I say that because that's what I'm trying to do. And it feels like I kind of dug myself in a hole that it's been really hard to get out of, and haven't really been doing much to get out of it. I've almost been digging it deeper. I mean, I really do try to stay out of that because I know how many fans I have and how much I have riding on this. So, I mean, I do what I can do, and if things are going to follow me, then so be it.
Well, Jason Lawrence, the book was always, he's crazy, he does stuff off the track that you shouldn't do, and he's not a role model, but man, can the kid ride. But we were even starting to lose that man, can the kid ride thing. It has been terrible, the results lately. Not even able to get to the finish line. We had some fun with that. Poked a little fun at him last week from Millville, but I mean, how could you not? His finishing record has been horrible, but all of a sudden, he's on fire. Let's go to Aaron. What do you got?
Well, guys, it's really not a laughing matter, but I did get a chuckle out of it when I did hear it. Jason Lawrence has put in more laps after that first moto than he has all season long. He's completed more laps, should I say, in that first moto than he has all season long. So congratulations to Jason Lawrence for actually pulling it together here at Washougal.
Yeah, that's right. More laps completed in one moto today than he has for the rest of the year because he has not finished races. He hasn't shown up in a lot. Races that he has come to, he does a lap or two and for whatever reason pulls off, but that's how quickly it changes in this game. Suddenly he gets a start. He sees a guy, Josh Grant, that he still feels that he can beat and doesn't like and wants to beat. Suddenly he's going a lot better than he has at any point really since March in Daytona in Supercross. Jason Lawrence keeping Josh Grant honest. This is unbelievable. Stay with us live on Speed. This is on right now. Pair of Suzuki riders from Australia. They're good friends. They ride and train together. They travel together. But right now they are mortal enemies because they are battling for the number 3 position. Michael Byrne has got 3rd. Chad Reed wants it. Here he comes to the outside.
Shouldn't have gone inside right there.
Reed blows that berm up. Huge roost. Takes over the number 3 spot.
See, Byrne was in a tough situation. If he went wide, he leaves the door open, and Chad can get into the inside, drift over it out into Byrne's line. But as we saw Byrne make his pass a little while ago, that outside line gives you so much momentum back up the hill. And Chad did a nice job. He just commit early. Well, as soon as they started down the hill and he saw Byrne go tight,
speed.
Yeah, he went way out there and went probably faster around that berm than he's been all day. I mean, he needed to. Otherwise, he could get nailed with rocks and dirt for another lap.
And Chad now in 3rd, looking good for the overall. Doesn't really have to worry about the guys that are in front of him, and that's Lawrence in 2nd, yes. Jason Lawrence, not just looking to finish this thing, looking to finish it on the podium. He's in the number 2 spot and only 3 seconds behind Josh Grant, our leader. Reed's 11 seconds back. See the countdown clock at the top of the screen. We're not quite 20 minutes into this, so there's time for something to happen.
Well, Reed can pick up a second a lap, and he'll be right on it. And the last time Reed was bearing down on Jason Lawrence was in the Daytona Supercross, and Lawrence just got out of the way and went here. I'm a Chad Reed fan. You can have it. I've been pretty stoked with how I've done so far. I'll still be on the podium. That's good enough. I'd imagine that at this point, with the way that Lawrence's season has gone, the expectations aren't that high. So if Reed catches and passes him, I doubt he'll put up much of a fight. That's Balby smoking.
He cannot put up much of a fight. He blew
up.
He's done. Well, I said the Balby can sometimes be scary to watch, but that's nothing to do with him right here. He's frustrated. He had a solid top 10 in the making. Bike blows up, Nick Way is going to slide past him for 7th, and everybody else is going to slide past him as well. Man, that's a heartbreaker. Great story, Balby out of Brazil. His sister actually races in our women's motocross division here. He's her coach, agent, manager, trainer, mechanic. She'll help him during his motos. He'll help her during her motos, but there's
just
no
to add insult to this, he blew up in about the worst place to go get the bike for the mechanic or to push it back. He's as far away from the truck and up over the hill as you can get.
It's good to see this guy, Nick Way, doing well. One of our favorite riders. Really one of the fun guys to hang out with and talk to. He's rallying. Let's get to know Nick Way.
Hi, I'm Nick Way, number 27, straight out of DeWitt, Michigan. Streets are hard there. On a Boost Mobile, Monster, AM, PM, MSR, Yamaha. My hobbies are, I like to ride BMX a little bit, even though I'm totally sketchy. I think that adds to the excitement. I like to golf and play basketball with friends or whatever. My all-time motocross hero has got to be Jeff Stanton. Obviously, he was a great rider, but I look up to him as a person too, and he definitely sets a great example for me as I was growing up and kind of hanging out with him a bunch. My greatest motocross accomplishment is probably winning a national back in '99, and you know, I've had a bunch of goals that I've met, and obviously I'm still trying to achieve a bunch, but you know, I've had a fun time along the way. My mechanic's name is Masahiro Ito. The best thing I like about him is he comes riding with me, and he's totally cool. I mean, obviously we don't get in too many arguments because there's the whole language barrier, so we get along really well. That's me, Nick Way, on the number 27 white Yamaha.
Hey, I think you see why we like Nick Way so much. He's a really funny guy and battling for top 10 in series points right now. He was 1 point behind Justin Brayton for 10th coming into this race. Brayton had a good first moto, and Way trying to fight back with a good second moto. That's going to be a knockdown, drag-out battle between those two for top 10 all season long. They are solid riders. Expect them to be in it all the way down to the wire at Steel City, our finale on Labor Day weekend. Here is Way moving up on Jared Brown, who's in 6th. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the best result of the year for Jared the Jet Brown, who's in the number 6 spot, full privateer. Millsaps is 5th, Byrne 4th, Reed 3rd, Lawrence still 3.5 seconds behind Grant, not letting Grant off the hook. And here is Grant. Maybe it's that flashy green gear. So whatever it is, he looks a whole lot better in Moto 2 than he did when he struggled to 5th in Moto number 1, and that's the book on Grant. Man, if he could just bottle this up every moto, he'd be unstoppable.
Yeah, the ability is there. Yeah. But the start obviously plays a big part in this. And you know, it's a weird track too, and I could just tell from his posture in the first moto, things weren't clicking for him, and he didn't want to push the issue and have more problems because this track won't allow you to do that. It's kind of slippery in spots where it doesn't look it, and you lose the front end or the back end, and that can end up in a lousy crash. Just ask his teammate Cody Cooper. But between motos, Joe Gibbs Racing, obviously a great outfit, and those guys can make the changes they need to, and Josh was probably disappointed with his first moto run. Came in here properly motivated with the right equipment.
Well, you know, the start in this sport, they say it's all about wanting it. You can see he was motivated. It was Josh Grant. He got the whole shot. He's not looking back. But Lawrence is still right there, folks. Stay with us. We're live on Speed. Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship. Suddenly, Jason Lawrence just hit the wall, and here comes Chad Reed. He was chasing our leader, Josh Grant, but now the 338 is going to be lucky to hold on for second. Reed has picked up the pace, and Lawrence has lost his, David.
Lawrence has slowed down a couple seconds a lap. Reed has picked it up a couple seconds a lap. The fastest man on the track. He's got an outside line, and Lawrence goes tight, so that's not going to work.
Yeah, he's
there
not
it
going to
is.
put him a fight. No,
but you can hear Josh Grant coming out of this corner over here. And you just get a glimpse of him heading down the hill over there.
Uh-oh.
Chad's going fast enough to win this moto.
Take us through the setup here, at least. It wasn't much of a fight from Lawrence.
Well, Lawrence was trying to protect the inside. He figured I better go tight, but Chad just rails around the outside that puts you to the inside in the next corner. And like I said prior to this, I don't think that Lawrence is going to be too bummed out about that. He's like, hey, I got up front, showed my sponsors, I still know how to ride. Maybe he can get that ride extended, who knows? But Chad has got a hook into Josh Grant now, who is going to be fighting a bit to try to pick up his pace. I talked about that. It was tough. I could never lift my pace when guys caught me. I was all out, and that was the way it was. For Josh, he's been probably thinking, I got this moto, because Reed was way back, but Chad decided, nope, I want it. I want a sweep. And he might get the better of him. It's a whole nother deal to pass him, but he's definitely catching him. Look at this.
Oh, absolutely. And you see, there's plenty of time left in this moto. Aaron, what do you got?
Well, you guys, Josh Grant is definitely working hard, but he definitely has to credit his mechanic for working hard today as well. Not only did he have to replace a brand new motor after an abbreviated first practice, having problems there, Alex Uting, he actually took the bike back, a complete overhaul on the bike in between first moto and second moto. There wasn't an actual problem, but he wanted to tighten everything up so he'd be able to ride to his optimal ability. He just wasn't feeling it, and Alex Uting definitely pulled through as a mechanic.
Well, now can Alex Ewing's rider Josh Grant pull through? Chad Reed closing the gap. Huge. Nearly 2 seconds on that previous lap. Grant ran a 2:19.4, rated 2:17.3. Sorry, more than 2 seconds. Reed made up 2.1 seconds. And that basically takes the gap in half. Look at Reed making moves through the traffic, and this is the way he's done it all year long. Struggling early in the races, but the strongest man down the stretch.
He's coming into corners with probably a couple miles an hour faster, just momentum, and then just easing on the power real early just to get that momentum started. He squares that up, misses all these bumps up that straightaway, one of the roughest straightaways on the track, scrubbing down this hill, picking up a little bit of time everywhere. Josh can feel it for sure, but Josh is tough to pass. He will fight for this, no doubt.
Oh, we've seen it several times this year. Go all the way back to Hangtown, round 2 of the tour, when Mike Alessi and Chad Reed were putting pressure on him. Grant came off the bike, and while he was side saddle, he still moved over to block Alessi from making the pass. So Grant will do whatever it takes to win this, but he's going to have to do whatever it takes because Reed is flying right now. We're live on speed. A dramatic conclusion coming your way. Don't go anywhere. Takes the lead from Josh Grant. An amazing rally by the number 22. Unbelievable how much ground he has made up in the last couple of laps. I didn't think he had a prayer when he got in the third. He was almost 12 seconds in back of Josh Grant and powered on by the fans here at Washougal who are going crazy. Chad Reed takes the lead.
Now Chad just came down out of the woods with a lot more momentum around the right sweeper that led into this, jumped a little further down the hill. He's got the inside. What's Josh going to do? You got to give it away right there. He fought to try to lift his pace a little bit, but when a guy has that much better of a line coming into a corner, you can't put up much fight there. And it doesn't look like, it looks like Josh decided, well, he caught me 2 seconds a lap, and I'm tired, and I don't know. I don't know. Well, of course, his mechanic, his supporters, his sponsors want him to fight. He wants to fight, but when you're tired, think about it. When you're just about ready to get off that treadmill because you've had enough, imagine somebody going, okay, harder.
Yeah.
Where are you going to get that? You know, and that's what Chad forced Josh to do, and beautiful there. He hopping into that bump right there and missing everything. Getting out of this berm early now to get up the hill and set up the next corner better where he doesn't have to let off much. Really getting this track wired. It took him a while in the first moto to get comfortable. And, it seemed like it took him a little while in this one as well, but he got going sooner, and when he got going, it was a lot faster.
I'll be honest, this might be the best I've seen Chad ride all year. He was very good last week at Millville when he won the overall, but he looks even better now. Remember, Grant outdueled him in one of our races at Millville last week. This time, Reed comes from over 12 seconds behind to catch him, pass him, and what an impressive show for Reed, who has been battling a mysterious stomach illness for several months now. He's not 100%, but he's certainly got it much more under control, and that's what allows you to put in this type of an effort.
Yeah, he's not in tip-top physical condition. He's been fighting things all year long. It's not like he's, you know, peaking right now. He's just not feeling bad anymore. So what we're seeing from Chad right now in this effort and his ability to close the gap, come from behind and win this race, pure riding ability, pure speed, pure dissecting the track, finding the traction, being in the right gear, the right line. And man, when somebody's riding this well, it's really fun to watch. The fans appreciate it. They appreciate seeing somebody rally like that, because 10 minutes ago, I'll bet there was people maybe kind of heading for the car going, yeah, Josh has got it. And I was one of them. I thought Josh is probably going to win this one. I talked between motos with you and I going, I think Josh is going to rebound. And it looked like he was going to win it. So I think the fans really stoked to see Chad riding the outdoors in the first place, and then putting together an effort like this.
And Chad didn't need to win this moto, win the overall, but he's a competitor. What's Chad Reed like? What's his motivation? Well, let's get a little more in depth with our leader.
This year I've chosen to come race the Nationals. I gave it a lot of thought, you know, discussed it with the team, my wife, and all the people around me, and felt that, you know, that I wasn't getting any younger, and I wanted to feel complete, and I don't really feel that complete without an outdoor championship, or at least just a, you know, a last shot at it to say that I gave it everything I had. I feel like I'm here for the right reasons, and that's to be involved in the sport. You know, I do have the luxury of having a Supercross only contract, and I'm here because I want to be and support the sport and have fun racing on the weekends rather than be at home. So I believe my biggest challenge to win this title is to overcome previous things that I'm dubbed for, and that's being not as good at outdoors as I am at Supercross. I believe to win this championship I need to be there every weekend, and I believe that I have the best shot out of anybody in the class to do that. I believe that I can win races and I can win this title, and that's why I'm here.
Chad's got extra motivation today. The head of Suzuki, everything basically, has flown over here from Japan. I don't believe he's ever come to an AMA motocross race before. He's the guy who runs everything Suzuki does, from cars to ATVs to street bikes to these type of bikes. Come over to the race. They have a 250 class out here. Suzuki won that one with Ryan Dungey, and now they're working on winning this 450 race with Chad Reed. Very impressive what Reed has been able to do. And David, you talked about it. You used to race for the factory Honda squad, and occasionally the brass would come all the way over from Japan, and that has a way of getting the guys going a little bit stronger.
The first time we had Mr. Miyakoshi from Honda come over and visit us was at the Daytona Supercross back in 1983. Had a team meeting in a room, everybody, the mechanics, the riders. We had a big team then. And we went first, second, third, dominated the podium. So it has an influence on your efforts, and Chad's aware of that. And, but something I want to point out, and this is speculation, a little bit hearsay, but you know, Chad, to come back and ride these outdoors, he said, I'm not making any money. But if he wins, I think he's going to get rewarded, and he has just solidified his position on winning this title.
Yes, that's right. For Reed, it's basically winner take all. If he wins the title, he's going to make a lot of money, and he takes a huge step toward it. Chad Reed wins in Washougal both motos. That's how you do it. He runs down Josh Grant. Great recovery for Grant based on his first moto performance. That's good enough for second. Lawrence going to hold on for third. Michael Byrne still charging, but Lawrence on the podium. Who would have thunk it? And he looks spent, but still gets on the podium. That's all right.
I'm sure he'll have something interesting to say for us.
Yeah, that's going to be good. So Aaron will head down that way. There's Grant Reed. They get along pretty well. They're headed to the podium. We'll talk to our winners live on Speed from Washougal right after this. Reed has climbed to the top of the mountain, and he has won 2 races in a row now in the Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship. How did he do it? Well, we'll take you through with our Lucas Oil race recap. It didn't look good for Reed early. Josh Grant gets the whole shot. And Tommy Hahn, who was second in our first race today, goes down hard, and he is out. That's a heartbreaker.
Chad
for the 48.
was real fortunate to get through that. He got fouled up in it, but great save.
Andrew Short down in that pile as well. Reed on a roll through the back. Gets around Davi Millsaps, then goes after his teammate Michael Byrne for third. Look at Reed around the outside. Nice move. He's in third. We thought that was as far as he could go. But then Jason Lawrence in second starts to fade. Reed gets into second, and he was inspired. He just kept on digging.
He just got into a pace to try to get up there and have a good moto, and it was fast enough pace. He got on a roll, started really feeling good out there, found good lines, and it was enough to carry him to the lead. Wow. 10 minutes before the end of this race, it looked like Josh Grant had it sewn up.
Yeah, absolutely. Grant holds on for second, and the biggest surprise of all, Jason Lawrence, who had only finished, I believe, 2 motos all year before this, gets third, and Jarrett Brown in the top 5. Let's go down to Aaron.
Chad Reed didn't even need to win the second moto, but he went for it anyways. Chad, was it all about getting some more points, or was it about proving yourself and what you're made of to Mr. Tanaka?
Oh, I mean, it just, honestly, it's who you are. You know, I want to win, and, you know, the first half of the season was tough, and that was a tough moto, actually. You know, this late, afternoon start is tough on us riders. You know, they have to water it so we don't got no dust, and sun's in our eyes. So, man, we had a lot of challenges out there, and I just want to thank everybody. We made a lot of changes to the bike, and it was awesome. And all the guys at Rockstar, Makita Suzuki, Thor, Parts Unlimited, guys at Bridgestone, Tires were key, Scott, and just, you know, the big boss from Suzuki's here, and you gotta win when the pressure's on.
4 races to go. How close can you chase this championship to meet your overall goal?
You know, it's all about winning the wall. You know, I want to win this championship so bad, and just very happy. You know, I want to thank my wife, my doctors, Goose, my mechanic. This bike is perfect every time I swing a leg over it, and I'm just pumped to be up here, go 1-1 again, and try and get some momentum in this championship. These guys are riding good and making me earn it, but I want to work hard and I want it.
Through the emotional highs and lows of Supercross, here we are, 8 months into the racing season. Chad Reed closing on a title. We'll be back with more after this.
Got planned.
All right, we'll go back to the podium in a moment, but we're going to give you our Geico Top 10 nominee replay. And who would have thought Chad Reed was going to come all the way back to make this pass on Josh Grant, and Grant couldn't stop him.
Now he's really saw that those guys were getting away and started a little bit of a panic maybe, you know. I got to get back up there. I'm going to lose the overall. And he found that zone, and no one could touch him.
Still a solid ride for Josh Grant. He's down to the podium. Aaron?
Josh Grant did absolutely everything he could to hold off Chad Reed all the way down to the final couple laps. But Josh, you ended up getting the start that you wished that you could get here. You missed the whole first turn pileup. Take us through how rough the conditions were and how bad the visibility was.
It was definitely tough this weekend, you know, with the trees and the shade. We rode a really late moto, you know, and I don't think we've ever done that, but I was lucky enough to get the whole shot, stayed out of all the carnage, and just put in good laps. You know, I got tired towards the end. I was beat up. My setup first moto kind of tore me up, so for me to come back and get a second was good for, you know, Joe Gibbs Racing and Toyota and Yamaha.
Congratulations making your way back up here. Any plans for the holiday?
No, I just got to do X Games and then, you know, go out and have some fun and back at it, so it'd be fun.
Congratulations.
All right, we'll give you the overall here. Grant, that recovery puts him in second place on the day, and Jason Lawrence on the podium in the moto and overall. I don't think anyone believed that was going to happen coming into this race. Lawrence is on the podium with Aaron.
It never ceases to amaze us when Jason Lawrence is going to make it up to the podium. Jason, where did that ride come from?
I don't know, really. I think that's what I've been going for the whole time. I've just had a really rough go at it, but right there I got lucky in the first turn, came out hot. Izzy hooked me up with the hot tip, get on the inside, so I owe it to him, my whole team, Boost Mobile, and PM Monster. I'm still here. Probably shouldn't be, so I'm grateful.
Congratulations on putting it all together and making it happen.
Wow, Jason Lawrence back. Can you believe that?
Yeah, because he's good.
Yeah.
You know, he's a fantastic rider. To watch him ride, he realized that this guy's got skills, and he proved it right then.
Indianapolis Motor Speedway is offering speed fans a unique ticket package to the 2009 Indianapolis MotoGP. Go to speedtv.com, keyword promo, for more information and to purchase your tickets today. This year, it has been so hard for someone to gather momentum. But Chad Reed wins 2 in a row. You see he's stretching his points lead. Andrew Short had a really, really rough day today, including a first-turn crash in the second moto. Josh Grant now up to second, but he is over a full race behind Reed. And this is where Reed's special. He does not give you points back. He's so darn consistent.
You could just subtract all these points from the whole deal here, and it wouldn't matter to Chad Reed. He wants to come out here and ride well, give it his best. And early in the year, you know, he had some maybe a little rust. He hasn't been to the outdoors for a few years. He had some health issues to take care of, but now that he's feeling better and got in the groove of the outdoors, look at that trophy.
That's the hardest thing to do here is lift that trophy. So Chad Reed wins it. Josh Grant second, and Jason Lawrence third. Who knows? Might we see a rebound by Lawrence? Could he be back? Time to go racing for the next time in Unadilla. They're not going to be able to fit that stuff on the plane and carry on, and I know they don't want to check that stuff because someone might steal it. Folks, that is it from Washougal. Our next race, we've got a couple weekends off, and then we're racing August 15th, and we'll be covering it same day coverage, 7 p.m. Eastern, from the legendary Unadilla Valley Sports Center. David Bailey's won races there. For Aaron Bates and David Bailey, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching live from Washougal, and congratulations to our winner, Chad Reed.